let's get started. This is Sinners from 2025 this year. Everybody gets a timestamp 0. Is everybody good?
If you're watching on Max, I skipped the Max logo.
Yeah, get past the logo.
Yeah.
Same, I did that too.
I don't own this movie yet. I need to get it, but
Me too.
soon.
But I am ready.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, play.
A Warner Brothers picture.
So Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers Pictures is on like a amazing run this year.
Yeah, they got the Minecraft movie.
I mean,
Well,
if you're looking at it from the box office, that was a big movie.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we hate the company, but
John, we're dumb. Remember earlier here you talked about like, oh, it's the first time in a while we've done a new movie. We just did a Final Destination Bloodlines commentary.
Oh yeah,
like 2 weeks ago.
I was here for that too.
I still haven't seen that. I might do that later tonight if I have time.
It's really good.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that.
So this was one of the first things I thought of earlier when I said that this sets up the vampire stuff a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't. This prologue doesn't fully come out and say this is a vampire movie, but it kind of gives you that idea going in.
Well, and it's interesting that this does kind of foreshadow that because, like we talked about From Dusk Till Dawn, where that marketing front-loaded the vampire stuff. The first image we saw of this movie is Mary as a vampire.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That was the very first. Okay.
With that scene where they walk in on her after she's killed Stack.
Yeah.
It's the big thing I wish they didn't give away in the marketing was that she was gonna be turned into a vampire. That would have been a nice surprise.
They give away that Stack is too.
Yeah. I don't like that they did that in the trailers.
I just wish they could have just shown Remick. I feel like you need the vampire angle for this to do as well as it did.
Yeah, though I think with the teaser trailer, they were kind of vague on what this movie actually is. But once the full marketing boom kicked in, they were like, "Yeah, it's a vampire movie."
Which I have mixed feelings about because I'm fine with not hiding that in the marketing that it's a vampire movie because we're gonna need to bring butts and seats for that. But there's not a whole lot you can show of that without spoiling stuff.
Well,
I would just maybe show Remick and.
It mildly annoys me. I don't think it spoils this movie like the way it would like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I think it is a bad idea to show anything from the third act of From Dusk Till Dawn in your marketing.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how this sets up and teases the vampire stuff a lot earlier. There's more of a gradual, natural build, whereas in From Dusk Till Dawn, it is a hard shift in the back half. And I don't think like one approach is better than the other. They're just different approaches. From Dusk Till Dawn is just the more unconventional of the two, and how much of a genre flip that is in the third act.
Yeah. Like I was joking around giving you guys shit. But like, if you look at my letterbox, I gave From Dusk Till Dawn a 5-star because I think that is a perfect film. This got a 4.5, so like the difference there is like this much.
Slight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I like this prologue fine. I hate the jump scare flash.
Yeah,
this stuff I think gives away too much.
Yeah, you should cut that out.
I'm naturally disposed to hate these kind of cold openings. Because it
You've
just
been talking about this a lot.
Yeah, it just feels like, don't worry, the monster you want is here.
Mm-hmm. What I do like about the prologue, even though it's a trope, I'm getting a little tired of. Like X opens the same way, where it's like all this crazy shit's happened, and then one day earlier, and then we lead up to what happened in the prologue. It's a trope we go to a lot these days. What I do like about it is it does like pose that question of, is Sammy gonna put the guitar down or not? It does set up that key facet of his character in an interesting way.
Tyler says he didn't know this was a vampire movie until it came out. We talked about it.
There were some people who didn't know. I had a friend who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna see Sinners," and I was like, "Oh yeah, cool," because I had seen it already. I was like, "Yeah, it's a really good vampire movie," and they were like, "What?" there's vampires in it, and I was like, oh,
See,
how do you know
now
about this movie? But
now you can't give me shit for the Hereditary thing.
that's a different thing, but that's another conversation.
What?
I just want to bring up. I think the score in this movie is amazing.
I love
It's
it.
amazing.
It's really good.
This guy, however you pronounce his name, Ludwig
Ludwig
Göransson.
Göransson.
Yeah, I think he never misses. I love all his scores. He's great.
And I do that's Ryan Coogler's main composer because he also does both Black
Yes.
Panthers and does he do Creed? I don't know.
I don't
yes.
remember. Okay.
And I've never seen his first film, Fruitvale Station. But
I still need to see
I
it
will
too,
say
yeah.
this is my favorite.
It's really good.
This is my favorite Coogler movie, and probably my
Yeah.
favorite Michael B. Jordan performance.
this is my favorite
Performances.
Michael B. Jordan performance. But I'm a weirdo who doesn't like the first Black Panther.
I don't love
He's
it,
so good in that movie.
but
yeah.
he is the best part.
He is.
Well, second best. I still think Chadwick Boseman's really good. I think the first Black
Yeah.
Panther is perfectly average.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
a good movie. When this first came out and I first saw it in theaters, I really liked it, but I wasn't on a high with it like a lot of people were, and I kind of wanted to be.
So
but
that's exactly what I had. But part of it is I had a horrible theater experience with this.
oh damn, that sucks.
Nice.
Which actually, it's funny. The two worst theater experiences I've ever had were both Coogler movies.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
Wow.
was the other one a Black Panther movie? Or?
It was the first Black Panther.
Damn.
I had a horrible experience.
That
I was in the
sucks.
I was in the front row. It was bad.
Oh god, so you had to move your neck all the way up.
Yeah, and people around me just would not shut up.
Damn.
I just love that. Are you guys brothers? What do you think?
No, we cousins.
Nah, we're cousins.
Noah, I don't know if you had this, but I think for me, watching this a second time, the script felt a lot tighter to me than it did on
Yes.
first viewing, just with everything that's set up
100%.
in this first act.
Yeah, on my rewatch, I can safely say this is one of my. I think this is gonna be on my best of list by the end of the year, and it's probably my favorite.
I will come out and say
Probably my
this is my favorite horror movie of the year.
Yeah, this is my favorite
yeah,
horror movie.
to
of the
spoil
year.
it, yeah. And this is probably my favorite Coogler movie.
Yeah, this is my. It's this or Creed.
Creed's a short
I-
second.
I love
Creed is hurt by just not being a Rocky movie, and I don't know. I don't like Creed as much as Rocky. I think Michael B. Jordan is much more charismatic in this movie than he is in any of the Creed movies.
I've never had that problem. I like the Creed movies, especially the first two.
And in this, he's playing dual roles.
Yeah.
I think that he differentiates them really well. I find Stack really likable, and just like how charismatic he is in contrast to Smoke, who's more like reserved.
I can tell them apart as people. I could not tell you which one's named which.
Okay, so
Smoke is
Stack,
blue.
Yes.
Oh.
Stack is red, Smoke is blue. Yeah, all you have
Okay.
to do
There
is
you go.
look at their hats.
Okay. No,
Although
they
towards the
do
end,
feel like two different people.
And then at the end, you can tell because one is a vampire.
Well, yeah, at that point I can tell. Do you guys think From Dusk Till Dawn would have been better if they'd taken this approach with George Clooney and he's just playing both roles?
Yes.
That would have been interesting.
No, because then Quentin wouldn't have to live out the dream scene that he wrote.
Oh, did you see our commentary for that, Noah?
No.
We were joking that he's like, they were like, "Hey, Quentin, who do you want to cast as Richie?" Me.
Me.
I'm Richie.
No, I
I wrote
haven't-
it for me. Me.
I haven't put it back up yet.
That's funny.
I gotta
I mean,
do it
he did
tomorrow.
write that for himself.
He's like, "I want to be Richie."
That's
I guarantee that's what happened.
I really appreciate the nuance in this father-son relationship. Like that,
Yeah.
there in scenes like this, there's not really like a clear who's in the right, who's in the wrong. Like they don't go to the typical, oh, he has the overbearing bad father. It's like, no, his father wants what's best for his son. He just can't connect with him over the music the same way, which is like the big rift. Or I think the start of the big rift in their relationship.
Yeah.
They just can't relate to each other.
This is and I think this is funny a little bit because my father and I have the opposite issue where he wants me to play more guitar. I'm like, no, I got stuff to do.
I gotta follow my dreams.
I can't, Dad. I'm too busy being a lumberjack.
Thanks.
I also just love the way this movie looks. I love the
Oh yeah,
time period, the setting, the attention to detail.
I
I
might. This,
vibe hard with the Western vibe of this movie.
I think I read somewhere this is a first-time cinematographer, but I could be wrong about that.
I think it is.
And that's insane. This is really this movie's beautiful.
Yes.
And the IMAX scenes especially look wonderful.
Yeah, which is why I need this on 4K.
You do. You really do. I watched the disc. I'm watching my digital copy now just because it's easier. Because my player is behind my TV, so I have to kind of finagle to get it to read the remote.
Yeah.
But no, it looks amazing. To follow up with his point, the cinematography is credited to Autumn Durald Arkapaw. No, not a first time. Because she also did Black Panther 2.
Okay.
And I actually think Black Panther 2 looks better than Black Panther 1. Like, just
Yeah. And
like,
some other stuff that I've never heard of.
But I did see a quote where she got advice from Christopher Nolan's regular cinematographer about working with the IMAX cameras, and his advice was work with it like you stole it. like,
Yeah,
like it
no,
should be protected. Like that's such good advice.
he said, "Drive it like you stole it."
So what you might be thinking of with this movie, she became the first female director of photography to shoot any movie on a large format IMAX.
Oh, okay.
And I will say that
Okay,
CGI
Tom
snake
Savini.
is. Well, this is a CGI snake, and it
Not
doesn't
a real
look great.
snake.
But
Yeah, they should have went the Friday the 13th route.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
CGI animals, we still haven't figured it out.
Just don't do it.
No.
That's dumb.
Stop
Not
it.
a big deal.
I mean, I understand why they do it for stuff like this or like the Jungle Book. Like you're gonna work with real wild animals.
Well, with the Jungle Book, I can understand because they have to talk and emote.
But also, like putting a real actor with dangerous animals is not.
Yeah, because we've never done that before.
Well, we've done it. We used to do it, and we don't do it anymore.
Still a good scene though.
Yeah.
Just their dialogue back and forth, setting up these characters. And comparing this again to For Dusk Till Dawn, you have a similar focus in these two brothers and their criminal history. But this is a bit more nuanced and complicated, where in For Dusk Till Dawn, it's like, okay, George Clooney's character, he's not a good guy, he's a criminal, but, he has a code. And then you have Richie, his brother, who is, like, literally evil and a complete sociopath. This is a much more complicated relationship where Smoke, on a surface level, is, like, the more measured and reserved of the two. But he arguably has a darker side that even Stack does. Like the movie doesn't really, the movie doesn't really approach one character more moral than the other in a way From Dusk Till Dawn does.
Just from like what they do in the movie, Smoke is a worse person than Stack.
I think you could make that argument.
And they go into their backstory. Smoke is the one who he kills their dad.
His father. Yeah.
Yeah, like it. One of my favorite details is that Smoke is like so jittery that he can't roll his own cigarettes and he has to have Stack do it for him.
He does a good job when you see his hands tremble in those scenes. Also, he teaches this girl to haggle. That's a funny detail.
Run away.
Run away.
And I forget, are they both war veterans, or is it
Yeah.
just Smoke?
Yeah,
Okay,
I believe it's both of them, but I guess
I was just about to ask that. Remind me
just
on history. What war would that have been?
World War One.
World War
would
One.
have been
Okay.
World War One.
I don't just historically. I don't. I think it would have had to be both of them because they both would have been drafted,
Maybe.
unless they enlisted. But I don't. Just from their characters, I don't know if they would have done that. I could be wrong about that though. We don't get every detail, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that the backstories and details about everything are introduced to us naturally, not just like expo dumped for us.
Yeah, and it does. Aside from the prologue, it does take a long time to get to the big vampire reveal. But that's also because this is a very long movie, at least in comparison to something like From Dusk Till Dawn. And I remember going into it thinking, geez, 2 hours, 20 minutes. That seems really long for this kind of story. I was worried about it being too bloated. And then one of my biggest pleasant surprises with this is just how much of an ensemble this movie is. I was not expecting these side characters to shine as much as they do.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really love about it.
I like all the characters in this movie. But I like when I first saw this, Bo stood out to me. Like his voice is amazing.
Something that I thought interesting is when citing like his influences. Of course, he's Coogler is a big Rodriguez fan, and he did cite From Dusk Till Dawn, but he also cited The Faculty, which I think is fascinating.
You said that earlier. I can't really see The Faculty specifically in this, but it's interesting.
Is it just
like,
the body snatcher aspect?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. He also said Salem's Lot, which I think I've heard him talk about before.
I feel like that's your go-to vampire outside of Dracula.
Particularly when you're doing the small town.
Yes.
Preyed upon. Yeah.
Noah, read a book.
I do need to read more King.
I have been reading The Long Walk for like 2 months, and I just never find the time to read.
Well, I have that problem too. Don't worry, we'll start doing book reviews.
Watch the movie.
We'll start doing book commentaries. Is that what you said?
I said we'll do book reviews.
No, we should do book commentaries.
Yes.
Just reading.
Just one of us reads it and the other talks over.
No, we'd all just rent the audiobook and do a commentary on the audiobook.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
That would be unlistenable.
But it's little choices like this that are a great way to make your anti-heroes still likable, where he just shoots these guys, but he pays for
sorry for the mess
their medical expenses. That's nice. And this is just great visual storytelling. We're leaving the black side of the street to the white side, and we're not drawing a lot of attention to it. It's very natural.
I've known this historically for a while, but I think it's really cool that this movie also does the because in that time period, Chinese immigrants were they'd cater to both sides because they were white enough to
they could pass
work with white people, but they were working with black people as well. And I like that they put that in here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and real quick to go back to Robert's point about the anti-hero stuff, it is a testament to how strong the script is that I feel bad for them at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because one of the other things that won me over just on a first viewing is, and we'll talk about it more when we get there, I'd argue this movie does not have a happy ending.
No, I don't think so.
That's fair.
Melancholy.
And the first time we'll get into it towards the end, but when I first saw this, I thought the ending jump forward was kind of ridiculous, and I wish it wasn't in it, but I like it now.
I love it, yeah.
I mean, I have a big hang up with how it's presented, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Me too.
that previous shot too is one of a few tracking shots that are used in this movie. There's a big one later that we'll get to.
Oh yeah.
This scene.
So this scene was a highlight for me when I first watched it. I just love his reaction to Sammy playing.
Oh, I thought you meant his speech.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What are you talking about? What?
Also, this guy playing Sammy, Miles Caton, amazing first time performance.
Oh yeah,
Like, oh my god.
he's so good, and he's basically the main character, and I love him. And I learned that because I looked into the music side of this a lot. He learned to play guitar for this movie.
That's crazy.
And that's
Which is
crazy.
Insane. He's so good.
And he sings like a 30s blues musician.
Yeah, like they plucked him right out of the 30s.
It's so good. He's so good. Apparently, he wants to play Miles Morales, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm sure he can.
Can we just not ever?
I mean, oh,
ever is a long time, John.
I like Miles.
I feel like when Tom Holland stops doing Miles, wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah. Well, the problem is whenever we get to that, this guy will probably be like 30, so he'll probably age out of it.
Or we could just stop making Spider-Man movies for a while.
There was an interview. They're like, "What superhero would you want to play?" And he's like, "Well, my name is Miles."
Tyler says, "I really like the use of songs in the movie. I don't remember the character's name, but the main guy that plays the devil using that song about picking people apart was genius."
You mean the
Remick?
song about
Pick Poor Robin Clean.
Pick Poor Robin Clean, yeah.
And I
do love his reaction here. We're just like, what?
This just put a big smile on my when I first saw it.
What's funny, I listen to the soundtrack quite a bit because I think they're really good renditions of a lot of and then this was written for this, but like folk songs and that kind of thing. The sound of the car and Stax yelling is in the soundtrack version.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What I really like about adding that third member is, because I grew up with a little cousin that was kind of like a little brother. They instantly fill that dynamic and it's believable. And we'll talk about it more towards the end, but the one that's a human by the end, making that deal with his brother, I love that choice.
Yeah. Well, and they do a great job with their dichotomy with how they interact with Sammy, where Stack is kind of the more like, oh yeah, man, you're just like us. This is how we do things. And then Smoke, we see later, is the one who's trying to push him away. Like, no, I don't want you to end up like this. I want you out of this life. So just the way that the two brothers treat him differently as a cousin, I think is very authentic.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And we're about to meet Mary. I find her dynamic with twins very interesting. And I really like how thought out her relationship with Smoke is. Stack. Damn it!
This guy.
Stack is red.
Stack is red.
I might.
The Pokemon games, John.
I might remember that. I don't know.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo here is incredible. He's one of those actors that's been around forever, but I haven't seen in a whole lot of stuff personally. But he's amazing in this movie.
I'm not sure what I've seen him in.
He has one of my favorite scenes later on.
Oh, I know his face. I just can't tell you immediately what I've seen.
He's worked with Spike Lee a few times.
No, this might not be what he's pulling from, but now I'm thinking it because he cited The Faculty. The garlic scene, he might be looking at The Faculty for that because there's the scene in The Faculty with the homemade cocaine.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. See, I immediately thought of The Thing with that.
See, that's what I thought of at first, but when he specifically name drops The Faculty, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe.
And I've never seen The Faculty.
I haven't seen it
They
either.
beat aliens with cocaine. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
All right. That sounds up my alley.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed to jack you up. But he does have one of my favorite scenes with just his reaction to the garlic. He's freaking out.
Oh, and this is bizarre. We're gonna next year or in 2 years, Delroy Lindo here and also Jack O'Connell, who plays the main vampire, are gonna be on screen again in the next Godzilla King Kong movie. So
Oh,
that's
hell
it.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
nice. Wasn't the main
Synergy.
vampire in this? Wasn't the main vampire in this in something else this year?
28 years later.
28 years
Yes.
later. Yep. He's the guy.
No,
Once you
that's
punch it,
Elijah
like,
Wood.
This guy I've like never seen before, and now I'm like, oh my god, he's amazing. Put him in everything.
Yeah,
Who's that?
the main vampire.
Jack
Jack
O'Connell.
O'Connell. Yeah.
I feel bad saying he's my favorite character in the movie. He might be.
He might have my favorite song sequence in the movie.
Mine is Will You Go, Lassie Go with those three when Mary goes outside.
Okay.
The song on that song
That's a
on the
good one.
soundtrack album is beautiful. I'd recommend that.
I clearly need to buy the soundtrack.
It's on
I do
Spotify.
too.
I'll just listen to it on
I-
Spotify.
I do like a lot of blues influenced music. It's just not a genre I've dived really deep into.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, I have a
Same.
connection to it, so I
Yeah, this isn't my type of music, but I enjoy the music in the context of the movie. I'd have to listen to it on its own to see if it's something I'd want to listen to in my free time.
and I probably have a different taste in music than all of you, but I love this kind of music.
Do you guys recognize the actress who plays Sammy's love interest here?
Pearline, no, I do not.
She looks really familiar.
That is the mayor at the end of The Batman and the Penguin.
Oh,
Oh,
Is it?
Jamie Lawson,
Oh.
I think is her name.
well,
I was
and
gonna say she does
Yeah.
look familiar.
I think we're almost there, so I'll just mention it now. The woman from BVS that they forced to lie about Superman
Yes,
is also in this
Mhm.
movie.
that's correct.
That's
Yeah,
right.
She's also in Loki.
ew.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
Yeah.
show's
Loki
alright.
sucks. No, Loki sucks.
Oh,
I've
It's a
only
different-
seen the first season, which I did not like very much.
Yeah, that's where I haven't seen season 2. Season 1 is awful.
it was alright.
No.
There are far worse Disney Plus shows.
like Marvel Zombies, which Haley Seinfeld is in.
For 5 seconds, spoilers. I was mad.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that stream.
Speaking of, she's great in this movie. And I don't think I've ever seen her in a role quite like this, but I've seen her in a few different movies at this point, and she's good in like everything that I've seen her in. I'm hoping that this will lead the way to more leading roles for her. Have you guys ever seen The Edge of? I think it's The Edge of 17.
No,
I
but I
have.
heard she's great in it.
That movie's so good.
She's great. I mean, the first thing I see her in is True Grit. which is
Same. That's
fantastic.
probably the kicks
Yeah.
for most people.
That's not the first thing I
She's
saw her in, but I remember when I finally watched it, I was like, oh, I didn't know she was in this. And I was like, oh, she's like holding her own with like who's in that movie? Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is insane.
No, she's basically the main character of that movie.
Yeah.
But then she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Tyler, did you guys like Marvel Zombies? No.
No.
It was dumb and bad.
Dumb and bad.
We've coined it. It's a catchphrase.
Well-
This
Noah,
scene
because you'll
is
appreciate this. This always reminds me of our brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think in the quote you sent, he said, Coogler said that there was a few Coen Brothers movies that he had as an influence, but I was surprised that Oh Brother wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I need to watch that again.
It's a really fun movie. Because I can kind of see it with No Country, but even then, that's a bit of a different tone than what this is.
This is a tangent, but do any of you follow football at all?
No.
No.
I do not.
Haley Steinfeld is married to Josh Allen, who's the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my god.
And people were joking that him watching this movie is what made him lose a big game. Like he was stressing.
I will say this movie did have a really fun press tour. I don't know if you guys saw any of that, but
I saw a little bit of it.
the funniest thing was people would like clip out Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan interactions and be like, "See, this is how you treat a co-star, not whatever the hell."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that guy's
So I was
name?
gonna Shamik Moore.
Yeah. I love Shamik Moore.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the only reason I know that she's married to that football player guy is because of that whole thing.
Oh yeah. And he also did that to what's her name?
Liz Allen.
Liz Allen from Homecoming.
Yeah.
He has
Oh,
no
no.
riz.
I like how they do this backstory here with Slim, and I don't think I think I'd forgotten when I saw it in theaters, or I didn't even pick up on they have like the sound effects of the story as he's telling it, which is some pretty
Yeah.
cool like sound design choice there.
And this is, I think, pretty important to like the thesis of the movie.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, I think that just like
Yeah.
the sound design is really solid across the board in this movie.
No, it was really good.
Well, it's clever the way it goes about that stuff because the movie's trying to not fall into that trap of just being the 50 billionth what do you call a struggle movie that's just about the clan and the misery and torture and stuff without just ignoring it either. Like it is baked into the story, but done in a way that's not just here's torture porn again, like we've done in a lot of like we often do in movies set in this time period. It's like okay, we made enough of those.
Well,
And
and
here,
like you said, there's honest joy in this movie, which is why I think that
Mhm.
epilogue, for lack of a better term, hits a little harder. And it would be really easy for this movie to just shift into a black and white view of the world, like these people good,
Mhm.
these people bad, and I don't think this movie does that.
Right.
Off topic. I think Cornbread might be my favorite character.
He's so
I love
good.
Cornbread.
I hope your favorite character just changes like every scene. I think this might be my favorite character.
Cornbread and Remick. And Sammy, because I like that performance a lot.
That's three favorite characters. We gotta keep going.
There are no bad characters in this movie, I don't think.
No, I agree.
I agree. Well, and when I think, I don't know if you guys had this, but when we kind of started hearing about like the premise of this movie, like the setting and that it'd be a vampire thing, I think a lot of us assumed like, oh, is this just gonna be like where are the clan gonna be the vampires? I don't know if you guys had that thought going into it, and
Yeah.
what we get is way more complicated than that.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people calling this movie Clanpire for a while before it came out.
Honestly, though, that movie would be peak. Like, just imagine a couple vampire hunters going after the clan that are all vampires.
There is a fun version of that to be made.
Yeah, but that's an entirely different tone.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like that movie more.
That should have been the end of Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
That should have been
It
from.
just becomes a vampire movie at the end.
That should have been from Dusk Till Dawn 2 or 3.
All movies should be vampire movies at
Well,
the end, though.
That's another movie with George Clooney, so everything he's in should just turn into a vampire movie.
Batman and Robin. Arnold hasn't played a vampire yet, and I don't think, and that's tragic.
Nobody's played the father of a zombie.
This whole thing with his child that had passed away could feel really cheap in another movie. I think it works here.
I think it works because it's not front loaded with it. Like they wait to.
And it's
Yeah,
not
point.
all
It
he
feels
talks
natural.
about. Because, like, how many times have we seen
Yeah.
something bad happens to a character, and then that's all they talk about for the entire runtime.
Right. They don't use it as a crutch. And every time it comes up, it's natural.
But this movie puts a lot of thought into both of the what I'd say are the central love relationships in this movie, and it's interesting how they both parallel and contrast each other. Where these two are a couple that were driven apart, presumably by the death of this child, and the other one is the guy wants to protect her, so he's like pulling away, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't accept that.
Well, earlier with you talking about this being kind of a downer ending, depending on how you look at it, it's also an ending where all the principal characters get what they want to some degree, and I find that interesting.
I think it's a downer ending, but if you wanted to give it an exact term, it's bittersweet. They got what they wanted, but the price was too high. It also took me a second viewing to understand what was happening with the one that shoots up that compound at the end. I don't think I understood the whole what was happening the first time I watched it.
Oh, were you like, oh, the claim comes out of nowhere or something?
No, I didn't understand why he was seeing his wife and child. I think I missed that he got shot.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, wait, what is happening? What?
What I think is one of my favorite parts about that is like the pouch thing that he has that comes from her that is supposed like protecting him. At the end, he takes that off because he has nothing to live for anymore. Yeah.
Although, and we were just talking about like how the tone of this movie could have been really different. I do think that ending where he shoots up all those racists is like closer to what that kind of movie could have been.
Is also...
I like that it's built up to, though.
Yeah, because this is trying to still be a crowd-pleasing movie, you know. It's tapping into a lot of different genres, and they do want to give you that catharsis at the end, like, okay, now let's let him shoot up a bunch of Klansmen, and you can cheer.
It is actually cathartic, yeah.
I get it. The first time I saw it, that scene, it didn't come out of nowhere, but I'm like, well, the movie kind of already ended.
Yeah, a lot of people had that where they're like, "What is this? Return of the King?" There's like 5 endings, and I don't feel that as much.
I feel like you need that. So I would classify it as the last shot in the bar is that subplot's ending. The next scene is that character's ending, and then the little epilogue is the ending for everyone else. Real quick, because I pulled up Ryan Coogler's Wikipedia page just to see like what else was on it. On his Wikipedia page, he has a "Friends Don't Lie" shirt in the Stranger Things font.
I saw that.
Can we get him to direct an episode?
Please.
He should do a spin-off.
Don't tempt Netflix. They're already investing in that stuff. But clearly, Ryan Coogler's best movie is Space Jam 2.
He didn't direct that.
No, but he did write for it.
That's awesome.
He's an uncredited writer on Space Jam.
Space Jam 3, they should have sinners in there.
Yeah, they might. Yes. They probably will. Have you seen Space Jam 2?
Yeah, it's bad.
Alex from A Clockwork Orange shows up for no reason.
I want Bugs to meet the Smokestack twins.
And then they shoot him. He's trying to rob their truck and they shoot him.
What are you doing, Bugs Bunny? Get out of here.
Get out of here. I'll be right back.
All right.
Cool. I do kind of want to watch this Fruitvale Station. That sounds interesting.
It's really good. It's very sad.
Also, damn it, Hayden.
That's what I've heard.
Guys, don't let Hayden back in. He's gonna be a vampire.
I'll be right back.
If he asks to come in, don't let him in.
That So I'm kind of on the opposite, I think, of everyone else here. I like this first half, but for me, the movie appeals to my sensibilities when it becomes a vampire movie. And that scene where the big guy finally shows back up and he's like, "Can I come in?" That scene is amazing, and it might be my favorite scene in the movie.
No,
We're all
Cornbread.
just family. Can't we all just be family?
Noah, would you let them in?
No. Because they're
But
vampires.
would you let the right one
I don't know, because I haven't seen that movie
in?
yet. I'd let me in.
Oh.
I don't know. I do like that we've been having a solid vampire resurgence, though, in recent years.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Hayden,
Yeah.
I challenge you to get through one of these commentaries without having to go do something.
No.
It'll never happen.
No.
No.
Well, and
Like,
Noah, adding on to that, it's nice to see some good vampire movies again that are actually making money between
Yes.
this and Nosferatu.
and Nosferatu was the other one I was going to mention. And both of these movies are like actually make vampires cool again.
Yeah.
And they're actually
we're healing.
Nosferatu is actually like scary.
I think I like this more than Nosferatu, but I like both movies.
I do too. I love Nosferatu. I love the atmosphere. I love the characters. That is a very cold movie for the most part. I'm more emotionally invested in this.
Well,
This
it's cold
movie's
because
what-
it's set in the winter.
Well, that too.
It's a Christmas movie.
I hate snow. It's cold and it's wet and it gets everywhere.
It's irritating.
Yeah. No, I mean it really is. If you live in a place that gets snow, it's like the worst thing.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
awful. Tyler said I got through Spiral without having to do something. Ha!
I challenge you to get through one more.
Fine.
Well, he was just really into Spiral.
Saw 2 on Friday.
Yeah,
Hayden likes Spiral more than Sinners, confirmed?
it's true.
Yes. No, did I tell you my Spiral story?
No, what's your Spiral story?
I was trying to find it streaming so we could do the commentary. I googled the movie and Google AI was like the villain in Spiral, and it told me his name and the whole plot, and I'm like, that's not what I googled.
Well, thank you, Google AI. Spoiling movies. It's not like you needed,
No.
a good experience with Spiral.
Well, and then
anyways.
Robert guessed the killer like 5 minutes in.
And me and John kept being like, no. So I love this scene, and normally I'd be mad that they don't come back. In this case, I like it.
It works for the movie, but here's the thing. This doesn't need sequels or spin-offs, but if we're gonna make one, I do kind of want a Native American vampire hunter movie. That does sound really
Yes.
cool.
Native Americans hunting vampires would be an amazing movie.
No,
I'd
that
watch
would be
that.
peak. But yeah,
Yeah.
to your point, it only took us a little over 20 years, but the damage Twilight caused has been healed.
I know, like, I'm not trying to make it sound like I have recency bias,
Bias?
but bias.
You have the recency virus.
I have recency virus, guys.
Oh
stay
no,
6 feet
we gotta
apart.
put him down.
COVID
But,
2.
yeah, but those are the two big examples I can think of just from, the past couple of years. I'm sure that there was a cool vampire movie in between the last Twilight movie and Nosferatu.
I'm
No.
struggling to think of one.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
Wasn't that like 2010?
that was
12.
2012.
Oh, okay.
Renfield, I've heard, is really fun. I mean, that bombed at the box office, but
it's okay.
It was fine.
I liked
fine.
Renfield.
And I liked Abigail for what it was.
I think that
it
movie
flopped,
jumps off a
but I enjoyed
cliff
it.
of quality after
Yeah.
the second
Abig-
act, but I like the
Abig-
first two.
Abigail has one of my favorite line deliveries of all time.
What's that?
Those are fucking onions.
No, I like
Well,
Abigail.
Noah,
I
you're
love the way the vampires look in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Noah, you
But,
are
like-
you are forgetting Morbius, which made $1 more billion.
A more billion.
True.
The pinpoint eyes and all the vampires having different colored eyes, I think is really cool.
Yeah, this movie I think does a pretty good job at mostly being consistent with its rules, with its look, but still giving the vampires enough of a distinct personality without like making them too generic. You know, we just talked about the Fright Night remake
Right.
the other day.
Right.
And that, in comparison to the original, it's like, oh, it's just the genericified version of it. It's kind of lame in comparison, but this I think strikes a good balance.
So,
Yeah.
real quick, the last thing I want to say about Noah's point is there have been some cool vampire movies, but a lot of them have been, indie or streaming films, like, or just didn't do well. Like, Doctor Sleep is technically a vampire movie.
Right, technically.
There was a movie that was a Shudder movie a few years ago. Jacob's Wife, I think. That's got Barbara Crampton in it. That's really good.
Okay, yeah. A lot of them have been just smaller movies.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that this movie was really successful for Warner Brothers.
Yeah, this was
This was a
cultural
huge hit.
Yeah,
I saw
360
so many
million.
people talking about this. This was one of those that so many people were talking about it that the discourse got really weird.
Yes, it was also a movie that where some studio people were kind of rooting against it. I don't know if you guys remember that whole
I don't remember
controversy.
that.
Not really, no.
This movie had a real Ryan Coogler made an amazing deal with this movie where
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
in 25 years he owns this movie like entirely, not Warner Brothers, which is rare for a movie of this scale. And a lot of people, a lot of studio insiders, like when this first came out and had that big opening weekend, they were like, "Well, it's doing okay, but it's gonna be hard to be profitable." I'm just saying. I don't know if it's gonna be like there were a lot of people like sweating over this doing well and
Yeah.
what the precedent this could set, which was kind of funny. Because some people were like, "Oh well, so Ryan Coogler gets to own this in 25 years, but he didn't pay for it. Why shouldn't the studio?" Like it was weird, like the pushback he got for that deal, even though his studio, like he did help pay for it. Like this is multiple studios work on these things.
There are a lot of people who just think the director's job is to shut up, make the movie, and move on.
Yeah.
I am of two minds because with something like this, I'm fine with it because I don't need a sequel. But then I run into something like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, which are being held up because the Wes Craven estate, where I'm like, do something!
Do something. Yeah, that's fair.
The worst is Friday the 13th. Like that whole lawsuit was dumb.
Yeah.
No, because they were suing each other over money, preventing them from making more money.
And who won that?
Yeah.
Victor Miller.
I don't have all the facts. Wasn't Victor Miller kind of the asshole in that scenario?
They're both assholes. I guess the idea was that Victor Miller felt like he wasn't being paid enough for Friday the for the first movie. And Sean was just being Sean S. Cunningham. And I'm like,
well, Miller only worked on the first one though, right? And then
so
Cunningham worked on all of them.
Like, no, Cunningham is only involved in 1, 9, and 10.
Oh well, never mind.
Victor Miller only did the first one because they are both very vocal that they thought Jason was a dumb idea. And that's why Jason Goes to Hell looks like Jason what it is, because Sean Cunningham was pissed that Jason is so successful. And that comes from the director of Jason Goes to Hell.
That's so weird.
Sean's first mandate when they got the movies was get rid of that damn hockey mask.
So dumb.
But
even though that mask is still all over that movie, it's weird.
But my thing is, Victor Miller You just went to see Halloween and took notes. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's not a great script.
Yeah.
But I think the deal Ryan Coogler made is pretty fair. Like for 25 years, Warner Brothers gets to make money off of this through various home media and streaming and all that, and then 25 years later, Ryan Coogler gets to own it. I think that's fair. And Tarantino made, I think, a similar deal with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where that one in 30 years, I think he owns it, or his estate will anyway, because who knows if he'll be alive in 30 years. But
Right.
I think it's reasonable.
I think that's fair.
But I like this conversation that they're about to have.
Yeah,
I'm
like
always in favor of more power to the artist.
Yeah.
Unless that artist is an asshole.
Well, some of the best artists are assholes.
It's true.
Unfortunately.
It do be like that sometimes.
John, you're an asshole.
Yeah, don't give me
I know,
don't
you're
give
a
me
great
control
critic.
over my work. You won't like what comes out.
You're a great artist.
That sounded like Jesse Pinkman. You're a goddamn artist.
You're a goddamn artist. Yeah, bitch.
This is my haven of horror, bitch.
But I like that his
Vampires.
first solution is how much money will it take to make you go away? But it's not. He's not doing it out of spite, which I think is what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny because each brother kind of has a relationship where they're trying to push away one person to keep them safe. With Smoke, it's Sammy, and with Stack, it's Mary.
Yeah, and without beating you over the head with this idea, it's just the theme that with Stack and Mary, it's like if only they were born in a later time. Again, that's where they arguably kind of get what they want at the end, depending on how you look at it. Where it's like, yeah, they were unfortunately in a generation where that romance just isn't compatible, or allowed to be, I should say.
Socially acceptable.
And she wants it, and he's like, no, that can't happen.
I like the detail that he takes his hat off at this part to.
And then
how
she's
you know
like,
he's serious.
And then how she responds is, wait, which one are you? I can't tell anymore.
Oh no!
Where'd all the red go?
Put the red back on. You gotta wear your color every day like a Power Ranger.
Oh, Sinners meets Power Rangers?
I'd love
Yes.
that.
The Sinners Rangers. There's only two. It's Stack and Smoke.
The Smokestack twins versus Ivan Ooze.
Yes. Sequel confirmed. Prequel. Sorry, prequel. Has to be a prequel.
They'll find a way to resurrect Smoke.
Like 80 years later, he gets turned into a vampire.
And I love the way that this set is lit.
Yeah,
Looks
it looks
great.
really cool. It looks like a lot of places like this that I've been in. I mean, obviously not quite like this, but I've been in a lot.
Hayden's like, this here is a documentary.
I've been in a lot of like dive bar places that kind of look like this.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, but
this is the big centerpiece.
this is the big
of
scene.
Yeah.
movie.
When I first watched this, I had an interesting experience with it because I was like, "Oh, are we really going this far with this idea?" But
Yeah,
I think it ends up working.
I like it. I don't. The first time I watched it, I didn't think it totally played.
The more Hayden talks, the more I'm convinced he hated this movie the first time we watched it.
No, I didn't. I liked it. I did like it. I just had issues with it that I don't have now. I was also just in a bad mood the first time I watched it. and sometimes that really can.
That can
Yeah.
affect, yeah.
No, I
I
definitely have that.
I had a bad theater experience when I saw the Wolfman movie, and that movie already sucks. So I really hate that movie now.
But this song is really good.
That's so good.
The song is great. Yeah, on first viewing, I was like, "Oh boy, this is a big swing." I don't know how I feel about this, and I'm just used to it because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
And it helps that it's set up in the opening, and now we're just literalizing it. It also helps that this is a supernatural vampire movie, so like if you are interpreting the scene literally or just how it's visually presented, it's like, well, it is that kind of movie. If this was a just straight period piece drama without the supernatural element, I'd probably be more against the scene. But given that this is a fantasy movie, I think it's cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've shown this to people.
Hold on, because I'm on the scene where they're just singing. So, Robert, what are
Yeah,
you
we're
talking?
not-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we're not on it yet. We're talking.
It's about
but
to
this is-
happen.
yeah, it's like
When-
it happens right now. When I saw this guy come up, the guitar player, I was like, wait.
it's a jarring moment when you
Yeah.
don't know it's coming.
So I showed this movie to somebody who is really into this kind of music. My dad. I showed my dad this movie, and when he got to this scene, he's like, "What the fuck?
What's happening?
What is this?" I'm like, "Just watch it." And it really took him out of the movie, but I don't have that.
I think when I first watched it, it didn't fully take me out, but it was like, what?
And I
Like-
get it now.
Yeah.
I almost think, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if you disagree with me, I guess. The spirits of the past and future thing might be the weird part. If it was the spirits of the past only, I think it might make.
But I think the future stuff works because of the epilogue,
I was
because
just
we
about
do
to say that,
jump to the 90s at the end.
So I'm glad that the scene is in the movie, because then I would be more against the ending, the epilogue at the end.
That's interesting.
Because then I wouldn't have gotten used to the idea of jumping time periods.
But
Okay.
isolated, I've listened to this on the soundtrack too. This like backing track really helps this song.
Yeah.
It sounds great. Also, in first viewing, I didn't appreciate like just the technical side of this long ass take. It's
No.
the choreography and the way this is shot is very impressive.
And
Yeah. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. For some reason, this scene does not stick. This part of the scene doesn't stick in my head. So I was like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" Because in my head it went
Spirits
from
of
this.
of the past and the future.
Well, because in my head it went from this to them showing up at the door, and I was like,
oh
"The vampires showing up took you out of it? What are you talking about?"
John, that's why you
No,
have to
the-
watch the movie.
Oh.
no, the guy with an electric.
Well, now
V-neck
that I'm
shirt-
watching, now that I'm seeing it, I remembered that this is here, and I was like, "Oh, that okay."
Yeah.
the guy in the
Yeah, that's
sunglasses
weird.
with shoulder pads and a flying V, took me out of the movie.
And like I was trying to say, like, I don't think it fully took me out, but I was so immersed in the setting of the movie that it was strange to see something from the future, from a future time period,
No, that's
be
that's
put
where I.
front and center.
Doc
This
Brown's
movie-
gonna show up and just be like, "Great Scott, we gotta go
Yeah.
back to the future."
Sammy,
on-
it's your son.
But on rewatch, I really like it. I like the
Yeah, I think this is a
part
cool-
of what it's thematically going for.
Yeah. Well, and to your point, no, I wouldn't have minded jumping to the future as an epilogue either way. But
Cornbread just still sitting there.
in the epilogue, he says, "For just a few hours, we were free," and I think that
Yeah.
parallels nicely with the scene where they just said, "We're free."
This is them being free. This is, where everyone's at their highest moment in this scene.
Well, and obviously it's the kind of the whole crux of the theme of this movie, but then of course naturally the vampire sees this and wants that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He needs Sammy's powers. The powers.
And naturally, you can't talk about this movie without getting into it a little bit. Of course, it's the white vampire trying to take the black culture and freedom away from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, that was the part earlier, was like, in another movie, that could be really cringy. And like,
Because it's not on the nose here. They do. It's just.
it's the subtext. It's not the text.
Yeah.
Well, and like an ogre, it has layers where it's not the appropriation angle doesn't stop there. We also like there's a reason why our antagonist is Irish because that also happened to him and his people. Like it's not just limited to the racial side of it. I appreciate just how thoughtful this movie is,
And that's one of my
on all
favorite.
those topics.
That's one of my favorite aspects is like tying in Irish oppression with Black American oppression in this time period.
Yeah, because at this time, like we didn't treat in America, we didn't treat Irish people like as equals. Like they were also seen as the other and lesser, and it's really fucked up.
It's one fucked up picture show.
Close enough.
I also fear banjo players.
Yes, the true horror.
Banjos frighten me.
Banjos frighten me. It's time my enemies share my dread.
Where are you?
Banjo Man begins.
All the cross cutting in this movie is really good. In lesser hands, this editing would be really jarring, but
I don't know
it's
why.
very natural.
I really like his hand motion when he does that. He's like, "We heard tale of a party." He just
Of
does
a party.
It's so corny.
And something that I like about this movie, because you talked about in like From Dusk Till Dawn, they just kind of become evil when they're turned. In this, it's
What's up?
You good, John?
Yeah. I lost my trail of thought.
Well, we can get into it more later, but they kind of a hive mind approach to the vampires in this that's interesting.
And I want, how do you guys feel about that? Because do you think he is in complete control of the other vampires, or is there a? Because that's how I kind of saw it at first.
I'll be right back.
I don't.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. That's not how I read it. At least not anymore. Now that I've seen it multiple times.
I still love that line delivery, sir.
Sir. That's how I saw it on a first viewing too. Yeah, but I think I must have missed or forgot about the line that like the soul is still trapped in the body. Obviously, that's very much the case at the end.
And on a technical level, just because I know this kind of music, the best like technical musician in this movie is this girl on the left.
She's amazing.
Nice.
I love this scene so much because while their music here is very good, the vibe is just so off from everything else you've seen in the movie. It's like,
so much like
this so doesn't fit. Yeah, it's
I like
so
that
cheesy.
Stack likes it. He's like grooving.
Like they're very good. It just the vibe is so off. It's like, no, you guys don't belong here. We're not doing that. Also, I don't know if you guys had this when Jack O'Connell showed up, particularly in the scene. I was like, "Oh my god, this dude reminds me so much of Bill Paxton." Just his look, the way he speaks. I could so see Bill Paxton playing this character. And I had the same thing when he popped up in another movie this year. I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy reminds me so much of him."
He's Irish, Bill Paxton.
Can't we all just be family?
I think the woman in this group is a trained musician.
That makes sense.
because she, like I said, that song that she sings is my favorite on the soundtrack. Um,
Yeah, she's got
and
a weird voice.
she has a really good voice.
What
I
a
don't think
lovely voice.
you have got a lovely voice.
Nothing to see here, just some crazy white folk.
The woods are full of them.
Yeah, and Hayden, what you were saying earlier about him controlling the others, like I don't know if that really makes sense, just given that Stack and Mary are still alive at the end of this movie and that
Yeah, I just mean
epilogue.
like while he's alive, he can kind of get into their brain and influence them.
So I don't think I see where you're coming from, but I think the idea is more in this world when you turn somebody into a vampire, it's like you trade experiences and knowledge, and that will like fundamentally change you as a person. And that idea I think is really interesting.
And it has to be some kind of hive mind because when he gets hurt at the end, they're all hurt.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's maybe just the fact that he's the lead vampire, and then once
He's
removed,
the old of them. Yeah.
Yeah, once he's removed, the ties from them are cut.
Yeah, but it doesn't do the thing where when you kill the head vampire, other people turn back human.
Right.
They don't do that.
Like Fright Night. I do like that they don't fully explain the rules, like it is up to interpretation, but that was another thing that I had on a first viewing where it was like, wait, so what exactly is the deal? Like, how does the vampire stuff work in this?
Because Hayden, to your point, on first viewing, I was a little confused or thought it might be like a mind control thing where it's like, okay, well, the two people he's with are Klansmen. Like, they are racist pieces of shit. And so, like, is he controlling them? And then it's like, no, the idea is like, no, they are actually legitimately changed people. Like, they do have a different philosophy.
Now that they're vampires, they're better people.
Which is fucked up and interesting, and part of the nuance that I like about this movie. That's where this is a rare vampire movie where you get to the climax, and when you have the vampire pleading their case, it's like, they're making a lot of good points.
I think a lot of people be like, if I was in Sinners, I would have heard Rocky Road to Dublin, and I would have given up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a scene I was alluding to earlier. The cross-cutting here is really good, and I like the way Smoke is like, no, I don't want you like us. I don't want this to be your life, and not seeing Sammy's side fully.
And it's more of we're directly comparing these two relationships.
Mm-hmm. And Mary putting two and two together about where they got all that money.
Anyway, as I was trying to say earlier, when they turn into a vampire, it's more like it's still them, just without their inhibitions.
Yeah.
That's a factor, yeah. Well, and we were also talking about the idea in this, how when you turn somebody into a vampire, it's like you trade experiences, you trade all that knowledge and history, which made a lot more sense to me on a second viewing, and is the reason why a lot of the plot and sequences in this movie work. Because then you get to like the Rocky Road to Dublin scene, it's like, wait, how do all these people know the lyrics? And
yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, right, because it is that hive mind idea that. And that's part of what's interesting about this villain. It's like, no matter how many people he turns and how long he's been alive, it's never enough. Like, he still wants more. Like, he can't let... That's part of his undoing, is he can't let Sammy go. He's like, no, I want your music. I want your talent. And that's kind of his downfall.
Remember when I said Smoke's more of a dick than Stack?
It's pointing a gun at him.
Hey, just give me a direct order.
Yeah, but I think he's bluffing in that scene. I don't think he'd actually kill.
Noah's in the Smoke did nothing wrong camp.
There's no way he's actually gonna shoot Sammy right there.
But
I
this
think
is
he might
the
have.
Hayden one.
Yeah, I think you might have too.
Okay.
This is the song in the soundtrack I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been a fatal wound. Shoot him in the knee or something.
Yeah, I really gotta get the soundtrack.
Yeah, I do too. I want the score and the soundtrack.
Yes.
Just listen to this and the Oh Brother soundtrack on loop.
Yeah, I need to get that too on vinyl.
One thing I want to mention is another one of Ryan Coogler's inspirations for this was, of course, The Twilight Zone, which we've talked about a lot
Yes.
recently, but specifically an episode called The Last Rites of Jeff Myrtlebank, which I watched earlier, and is a very good episode. And the similarities, Noah, have you seen that one?
No.
Because the similarities are very broad. Like it's not a one-to-one compare. Like it's not a vampire story, but it is
Mhm.
set in the 20s, so it's a very similar time period. It is in the South, and the premise of that episode, it's a guy where we start with his funeral, and then he wakes up at the coffin, and everyone's like, "Well,"
Oh.
it's actually a very lighthearted episode, but it's about
Okay.
a guy who comes back to life after a couple days, and some people speculate if his like spirit is inhabited or changed. And again, it's not a vampire story, but the word vampire actually comes up in the episode that I thought was funny. And
Oh,
then
interesting.
the ending, I saw some parallels because that ends with like a romance of two characters walking off together. That reminded me of Stack
Okay.
and Mary at the end of this. So
Yeah.
the similarities are very broad and more like thematic than literal, but it's cool. It's worth checking out.
I'll have to check that episode out sometime then. Yeah, I think he also cited The Thing, which is, of course, I
Yeah.
mentioned that earlier, and
That
really the big thing I could see with that is the garlic scene, but that
Mhm.
also goes in a different direction than the blood test scene in The Thing.
so the end of this scene, I wish kind of establishes that the vampires can fly, and then they never use it again.
That's
So-
true. Yeah, we never see that again.
This is the first scene where
Oh.
I don't love the lighting. I'm finding it really hard to tell people apart.
It's because they're all white, John.
No, it's because I can't see anybody's
I love-
face.
I love the I said this earlier, but the pinpoint eyes
The
are
the
really
eyes.
cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Remics
I
are my
think you see
favorite
it for a
because they're
second.
Remics are my favorite because they're red. I think a lot of the rest of them are white or like variations of white.
Yellow.
Some are kind of yellow, yeah. Well, okay, so when we first see Remick, I always got the implication that he was flying because he literally like falls into the
Yeah.
scene running away, and then I think during the climax, I think we maybe see him fly for a second there when he's chasing
Yeah.
Sammy, but
I
we'll see
do
later.
do you think they can all fly or just Remick?
Maybe just him, like that could be intentional. It's just I think part of that is just the setting and plot where there aren't really like a lot of opportunities to like make that a big focus.
They fly now.
They fly now.
This
This
might
song's
be
really
one of
good,
my
too.
favorite songs on the album.
I love this song. Yeah.
Let me in,
Oh no! Don't let her in.
No way.
cornbread, you idiot.
Fuck you, cornbread. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, justice for cornbread.
I need a cornbread t-shirt.
And she does a great job really selling like this shift in her personality.
Yeah.
Without feeling like a completely different character. But like you said, John, like her inhibitions going away. She's like, fuck it, I'm a vampire now. This is what I want. I think this is the funniest scene of the movie. The sound design here,
Cornbread.
perfect. Just every time he stops when he hears something.
It's like an Austin Powers joke.
Yeah. And of course, on first viewing, I wouldn't even like put together, oh, they just turned Mary and now they have all of her memories. And so that's why they know who this guy that's
Cornbread's
why they know
name.
his name's Cornbread. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone else when they turn, it's not that they automatically feel evil now, but like you said, I think Haley Steinfeld probably does the best job at that. Because like when Stack is like being like, "Let me out," it feels a bit more sinister.
Well, and I will say she does have a line coming up that I don't like that feels more manipulative
Oh,
just for the audience and not
yeah,
for
the
the
trailer
story.
line.
The trailer line when she
Yeah,
says we're gonna kill every last one of you, which
I was
is
gonna bring that up. Yeah,
technically true, and they do call back to it later.
The
Like they're
sound
trying.
design, the like stomping on the
It's
guy, and
something.
also the
Yeah.
like
So good.
dance stomping.
It's like, yeah, this is fun. But yeah, no, I think we're on the same page on that. Where I don't buy that those would be her words because she left out some critical need to know information. It's we're gonna kill every last one of you, but it's cool because you're gonna turn into
because
vampires.
you're gonna live forever. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think that is just a line for the trailer.
It really has that feel. And then this scene's gross.
That's creepy.
I never need to see that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this part.
I mean, I guess it's less gross than some of the shit we saw in Nosferatu.
I suppose.
I think the quick cut editing works the most in this scene. How we're just like cutting back and forth between each thing and just building tension here.
Yes.
That's the best example of that, I think. And poor Sammy. And Slim. You busy, huh?
Yeah, and it's not one to one the same thing, but of course this also I think has similarities to Midnight Mass, um, with how some of the vampire stuff works, where like you literally do die and then come back as a vampire, like that being part of the process. And while that doesn't have the hive mind thing, they do talk about like how they see the world differently and are transformed. It's not what it looks like.
I can explain.
uh,
That's true, yeah. I gotta rewatch Midnight Mass.
It's
But
so
obviously that plays into the whole like religious subtext of that series.
Actually, I meant to watch that this month and I haven't gotten around to it.
that's so good.
Yeah, so the way that she says this line here,
Yes, I
Yeah, I
it's
don't
the
like it either.
most manipulative where it's like, yeah, that's for the audience. It's
because
for the
it looks
trailer.
like she's reveling in it, and it looks like
Yeah.
she's, you know, evil now, but that's
Yeah.
not exactly the case.
I
You're
kind
evil
of buy
now?
it because that's her
We're
first.
evil now.
That's her first kill. She's just become a vampire. She's probably kind of. It's kind of like being intoxicated for the first time, where you're not really acting like yourself.
My problem was just the line.
That's fine. She wasn't
It's
lying.
the line, and for me, I think it is more just how she says it, because yeah, it just feels like that was designed to be clipped out of context for the trailer.
But she wasn't lying. They're gonna kill them all.
We're gonna free every last one of you. That's what she should have been.
It's almost like she's a movie monster.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
my biggest complaint with this movie will come up soon enough, and we'll get to it.
It's that Stack dies.
No, it's a continuity issue.
Okay.
Oh, is it because there's like another random guy here who's with them? Is that it?
That and at the end, or towards the end, when the vampires storm in, they just start killing people that are unnamed characters that weren't in the building.
Yeah. Yes, Sammy, it is your fault.
Sammy, you should feel bad.
You should feel bad.
I do like too that Annie here, obviously she suspects something supernatural is going on, but she's not immediately like, these are vampires. She thinks it's something else at first.
Yes, she needs more information. Well, and it's just such a cool twist on the Van Helsing archetype, which she very much is in this movie, but it just feels so fresh and not derivative.
Yeah. And of course, we're gonna get to a pretty good, like one of my favorite scenes of the movie where they play with the whole invitation trope.
Yeah. This might be my favorite example of that.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
I
I
do
really
really,
like how they use it in this movie.
and I do really love the sequence in the Fright Night remake where it's like, okay, you won't let me in, I'm blowing up the house. Like that's such a great
Yeah.
idea.
That's a great idea.
My favorite use is still in Angel, the show. I'll give vague spoilers in the hopes that one day Robert will watch these shows. Because Angel is a vampire, he has to be invited in. And these two other vampires know that, and they use that against him. He can't save the person he's trying to save because they won't invite him in.
That is cool.
Was that in Buffy or is that in the?
That's in Angel.
Show? Okay.
Which I love Buffy. I've never finished Angel, and I need to do that.
I love both. I think I like Angel a little bit more when it's at its best.
And it's only 5 seasons, so I can get to it.
From memory, Angel was a little bit more my thing.
And Angel's just like one of my favorite characters of all time.
I only have it on Hulu, and my Hulu has ads, so I'm just deterred from watching it.
That was the trouble John and I ran into when we were watching together.
And then we had to space it out for so long. I don't even remember where we were.
I don't, yeah.
Don't worry, Hayden. When Robert finally stops slacking, we'll do Buffy stuff so you can watch Angel.
I mean, I'll watch Angel on my own. I gotta do that anyway. But
Oh,
oh
no, fuck you! I'm not watching with you.
well, the problem is when we watch things that I've never seen that I want to watch, we talk over it.
Yeah.
Well, no, we wouldn't
And
be
I'm
doing it like that. It'd be like watching, maybe just talk about it after.
Yeah.
This is such a great scene. Just let cornbread in, you dicks.
Just for cornbread.
Probably your fish sandwich that messed me up in the first place.
His performance here is so good.
Shh.
It cuts to
Slim.
Slim. He's like,
Drink.
I need more alcohol. I like that moment later too when Cornbread is like killing that guy, and then the one other guy's like, "Oh yeah, he's just hungry."
Being kind to one another.
Another. See, it is a hive mind. They're one people.
And I appreciate that there's never that, like, well, I don't believe I'm going to invite him in. He instantly recognizes something's wrong.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Why say that?
I like the way he does.
Yes. This is a great little action moment. It's like, okay, take a few steps back and just toss it out. Oh god.
And I love that he looks like this the rest of the movie.
Yeah, that's an approach I like where it's like, yes, the vampires are immortal, but their wounds don't heal. So this guy's face is gonna be fucked up the rest of this movie. I think that's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I think I just shat myself.
Kind of impractical if you ever get hurt.
That was funny as Tyler just asked about that in the live chat, saying he thought it was weird that you see like the bites and scratches on them. And I like it. I like they're consistent about it.
It's fine. I think I prefer a vampire that heals because they're supernatural. Like, blood should replenish them and let them heal. But this also isn't that kind of movie.
I feel like they might heal over time.
Yeah.
Because, like, Remick doesn't have anything noticeable.
Yeah, that could be it.
And I don't remember if Stack and Mary get like hurt in the climax, but you know, when we see them later, they look fine.
That one at least is a little harder to judge because there's decades.
Yeah.
Uh, between when we see them.
Yeah, because most of this movie is just set during one night.
Yeah, they were both all right.
Okay.
But see, I think this is consistent with because with Mary, she was kind of being like a stereotypical monster, and he's being more aggressive than normal. So I think maybe the idea is at first you're a little different as the hive settles into your personality.
Mhm.
I also just love the idea of a vampire hive mind. We don't do that a lot.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's not an idea I see executed a lot. Much less executed well.
Now, because we're gonna get this in a little bit, but I might forget by then. Do you guys think it is too convenient that the hive just so happens to have the son of the guy from the beginning, and that's how they know that he's a KKK member?
I think it's his nephew, but
Or nephew.
yeah, no, I think the plot earns it because I on first viewing I just couldn't connect all these disparate elements, but when we see what we do know when Rebek finds that couple, he sees that they're clansmen, and then turn it. So I don't think it's that convenient just because whether there was a familial connection or not, it's like, oh well, that's setting up how Rebek knows about the KKK plot and that
Was
they're going to
talking,
come back.
but that was one of my favorite pieces of score when he runs out of the window, or runs not out of the window, runs out of the
The door.
yeah.
Yeah.
Words, Hayden.
That's
Use
what
your
that-
words.
That's what that's called. Runs out of the door and it's like it swells like that. The
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big reveal. They're vampires.
So, Hayden, to your earlier point, I think the idea is there are just other people here we're not seeing. There's just not enough coverage of that. Because there is just that one random guy we just saw standing next to Sammy. And I'm like, wait, who's that? How long has he been
Yeah.
here?
Is that the guy that they put outside?
No, that's somebody else.
Yeah, because that guy was like, wait a minute, who is he?
uh-huh.
Now, I do still think there is kind of a vampire hierarchy, like Dracula and his brides and all the other people he turns. Well, like I do think there is a distinction between Remick and the other ones, but I do think there is enough of their own individuality and personality that is left intact.
Yeah. So what I think it is um the people that he turns directly are part of his hive mind, but once he's removed, but like in the hive mind, the vampires still have the soul trapped in within them, but it's like buried
Yeah.
farther. But he has more of a control over them.
Well, and
as long
but
as
also,
he's living, you know.
yeah, but also if he was completely in control of them, then I don't think the deal Smoke makes with Stack works.
Right. I think, but yeah, I don't think it's that he has complete control over them. It's
I didn't
it's
think
never fully like
I didn't ever think that.
explained.
I just
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, and like I said, on first viewing, I couldn't track how all the vampire
right.
rules in this worked. Now
No,
I've really
that was part of
settled
what
into
I
it.
was.
Why didn't
I
you
think
bring your
this movie
notepad and
kinda-
take notes?
I think this is one of those movies that you kind of need a second viewing. So like, even if you liked it on a first viewing, to like, there might be a lot of stuff that you just miss.
Like I said, the script is definitely a lot tighter than I give it credit for on first viewing.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
Way
movie's
tighter,
peak.
yeah. We're getting the rocky road to
Okay,
Dublin.
so I have a
the fan
mild.
favorite scene.
I love it.
I
It's so
love
good.
this scene, but I also have a small complaint. None of them thought to check him for bites or.
Oh yeah, the guy
They're-
that they put outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of in a rush to get him out of there.
I love evil vampire line dancing. It's beautiful.
We need more of it. Yeah.
This is also like the only Irish folk song I'm aware of.
I know a few, but this is like the big one.
I don't know. Maybe
This is
this is
one
a
of them.
nitpick, but I would think you check to make sure that was blood. You know, that there was a bite mark.
Well, that feels like a movie convenient thing, just with the way it's lit and the way it's color corrected. It's like they make you, the audience, think it's blood, and oh no, it was actually vomit or piss or whatever. But it's like, yeah, but if I was in that
It was
situation,
red.
I think I'd be able to
I
tell
think it
that
was.
that wasn't.
I think it was
blood.
alcohol.
If it's
Okay.
piss,
That's what-
that's a problem.
I think that's what annoys me is that should not smell like blood. It shouldn't look like blood.
Yeah.
I love that this is an IMAX, like this scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again,
That
it's like
corporate
well
dancing
supported.
is my favorite.
Hell yeah.
oh god, just the choreography and
His-
it's so good.
Rivik's dancing is so good. And I love Stack just freaking out.
He's just going crazy.
It's also the bit where he's just clapping, like, and he's just so into it. It's great. And that's some of the commentary in this movie that I think really works. The idea of, yeah, in this point in history, this does make being a vampire look more enticing, and it makes the vampires look more welcoming and tolerant than than most people in those days, and that's fucked up. And
That is
But,
pretty fucked
but
up.
I
I
like
think
at the
it's
end of the day, it's do I want to give that all? Do I want to give up my humanity for that? Who I am?
Right. But really, this is another. Now, humans are the real monsters.
oh my
You know?
god.
I mean, I'd still argue the people killing people are the real monsters, but
No.
But they come back.
This annoyed
No,
me.
John,
in,
they're freeing them.
This annoyed me in theaters where she's just like, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I-
Well, I was nervous. I was like, oh god, is she a vampire? Because that would have really
Yeah,
shocked me.
this guy.
I said earlier I love it, and I do, but I do think that also the one guy that like freaks the fuck out, and then it's just like, oh, I drank too much. I don't know. That was a weird fake out. It's like
Oh,
weird
I'm fine with
comedy.
Yeah. Well, he's gagging on fucking garlic.
Hayden, do you know, is this something that can happen if you eat garlic after beer?
Not that I'm aware of. But I don't.
should
I
try
have.
it.
I don't think ever in my life I've drank as much as Slim.
No, like, I think that's a really cool scene, but I'm also like, that's like 2 fake outs in a row. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
I like.
I think so. Yeah, I love that.
I'm fine. He's freaking out.
Fine.
That might also be some of the Coen Brothers influences, having some just like comedy that kind of stands out among the really dark stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and then in terms of dark comedy, this poor guy.
This is pretty dark.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
no,
is the
they
guy who got
got-
He got his. He's the guy who got his face slashed. Okay. I just noticed. That's the first time I've noticed that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely didn't pick up on that initially. I love it. He's like, hey man, there's some weird Irish people out here. Can you let me back in?
Step dancing.
I love Court just running in the background.
Oh.
At that point, you close the door. You don't
I-
continue to.
There's
aim the gun
something
at
about
him.
this scene that I find way more funny than the garlic scene. Just the guy having a casual conversation while Cornwall's ripping this guy
Yeah.
apart.
Hey, start the car.
Hey, talk about that? Oh, I didn't even notice.
Hey, just
Oh,
a
he's
little
just
hungry is
hungry.
all. Uh, but no, we all can agree who the real villain of this movie is, right?
Who is it?
The one that just lets them in later because she's mad.
Oh,
Well, because they threatened to kill her daughter.
Yeah, I get it. She's dumb, but I get it.
Right.
Oh, she's real dumb.
but yeah, this is the big speech, putting all his cards on the table, and yeah, he makes some good points.
Tyler says that it annoys him so much in the movie. I'm assuming he's talking about the woman letting him in. I'm of two minds of it because I think it is a genuine human reaction.
Mhm.
On the other hand, I don't think it's set up that she's that dumb or emotional or like reckless before that.
Wait,
Damn
but part of the case she makes, it's like, okay, so we just sit here and wait till morning while they slaughter everyone else in the town. Like that is, on the one hand, you could say smarter, but that's also more selfish. Like, yeah, we could survive if we wait on here, but then we're just gonna so yeah, I totally get where she's coming from. And of course her daughter being the driving motivator.
I buy it
'Cause-
because, yeah, she doesn't want to lose her daughter.
And also we talked over it, but with the guy speaking in her language is just another part selling the hive mind idea.
Yeah.
And he is spitting facts here where he's like, guys, this isn't gonna work. The clan's coming tomorrow to kill you all.
That I don't know how, but this is a big detail I missed the first time I watched it.
Yeah, and there's a lot Smoke has to process in the third act of this movie. Not just at first losing his brother and now just his whole world just crashing down and everything he was trying to build. They say was built on a lie and was never gonna last.
The Dago. Oh, Austin's in the chat. It's worse than that. The main vampires walk out and come back in the back door, but they're not welcomed back in. What?
What?
I don't think they have to be invited
Yeah, I
every
don't know.
time.
Yeah, I think once they're let in, it's like, yeah, it's done.
Yeah, that's how it is in Buffy, which I know isn't related, but
Yeah.
Now, you could argue that shouldn't Mary be able to go back in, but like she's gonna die if she goes back in by herself. So I want to call that a plot
Right.
hole.
well, and I don't know how like what the nuance is because Stack was already in there once, so I don't know. Go back in.
Yeah. Well, okay, but then
I
that
think
just dwells into Gremlins territory.
Well,
where,
no,
look, I don't know how
no,
man.
because
Okay, go on.
we have two people that were in there when they were alive, Cornbread and Mary, and they both have to get permission to go back in once they become a vampire. So that means that Stack or Smoke,
Stack was in-
whoever,
Hayden, speak.
Stack was in there when he was a vampire.
I understand that. What I am saying is that means to go back inside, he would need permission.
I'm not even saying you're wrong, John. Yeah, can see it. And yeah, Austin's saying it breaks continuity, and I don't see where it does.
I'm sure Austin has a point because usually when he explains something like that, I see where he's coming from. But you're gonna have to explain that to me. One thing that would have been cool is if they showed the effects of a vampire coming into a place that they're not wanted. Is it like a barrier? Is it like let me in where they start to melt?
Yeah.
Tyler says that they say you're not welcome and he leaves. Yeah, but they don't establish if that does anything, if that's how that works.
They're just waiting outside, and that's how they're able to get Mary. Is they're just waiting for somebody.
No, he's
They're
saying
just like.
I think they're saying they told Stack or Smoke that they're not welcome, that he's not welcome anymore, and he leaves. But I don't know if they established that works.
Okay.
They picked poor Robin clean.
Poor guy.
Poor Robin. What's his story?
Also, interesting that we're doing this in the order because there's some Night of the Living Dead in here too.
Yes. Yeah, and again, you're allowed to disagree with what this character does, but I think it's such a great moment. Like, come on in, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's a really good line.
Like I said, I see why she did it, but I have to fundamentally argue that she is she's doing a bad thing because she's putting the group at risk. No one else, look at this, nobody else wanted this.
Yeah. I think it's complicated.
And I love the look he gives.
Yeah.
I love
well,
this look.
Yeah, she's angry. She wants to kill these people. Like, she wants to take action. The others just want to survive. But again, part of her motivation is, okay, so do we just let them slaughter the rest of the town? Like, that's also selfish. I don't think there is a clear
That is a good point.
right or
And
wrong.
that IMAX pan is so good.
Great.
That's working out real well for her.
I'm not
Would
saying
you like
I
that? Would you like that original recipe or extra crispy?
And
It's
I
one of
can
those
never
things where you can see both sides.
Some of this fire
Both sides.
looks a little rough.
Yeah, I don't love this action sequence. I think it's a little messy. It doesn't help that, like Hayden was saying, there are other people here that we just haven't seen much that are getting killed, so it gets a little the continuity here is a little confusing. But there's still some great bits. Also, part of it is just how chaotic it is. I can't tell if when one vampire is injured or feels pain, the other ones do, or if it's specifically just when Remic's injured when the other ones feel.
It's just when
It's
Remick.
Remick.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they make a point in showing every time it's Remick that's hurt, they get hurt.
I assume the rule is the one who turns you that happens.
No.
No.
Yeah, whenever you have the scene where the character says, "Hey, if I'm turned, remember to kill me," that's when you know. Oh,
that's when you know they're gonna die.
Yeah, that's the reason why the scene is here. Yeah, and Austin just said again that he thinks it gets a bit sloppy in the third act. I haven't had that as much on repeat viewings.
I would need to hear him out because Austin is usually pretty good at presenting a point where I can say, "Oh, I see what you're saying."
And this is where I think you can still see the individuality in the vampires, where it's Mary, like, oh god, no, don't kill her. Like, that's not. We want her to be one of us.
Mm-hmm.
This is bad.
She doesn't understand that. Like, she doesn't want to be one of them.
Right. I think that there's like a certain level of control, not like like a lot of control that Remick has over them. It's just
Truly the saddest
that
movie.
was a
movie
that
And
was
I don't think this looks great.
yeah.
Truly the saddest movie sacrifice of 2025.
That's
up
so
there.
sad. But yeah, that was a bit of her like humanity shining through.
I love the way he says Sammy. He does it twice.
Sammy.
This part of the score is just so good.
So good. Love the electric guitar.
Like, because it starts acoustic and then it gets electric and then it blends it at the end.
Yeah, it's so cool.
She's freaking out.
They're all freaking out.
This part made me wince in the theater when he jumps and lands. It's like, oh, I felt
Oof.
that.
Oh,
Oof.
I felt that in my knees.
'Cause especially that's a hayloft, which I have jumped out of.
Yeah, my only hangup continuity wise, or part that I find messy, is just when Smoke will teleport behind Remick and stab him in the back. That part's a little convenient.
that's fine.
I love it's just at the end here where he's got long claws and
Yes, we've seen him become more monstrous.
Also, this very obvious baptism imagery here.
Yes.
I love the religion doesn't hurt the vampires because it was used against him as a human.
Mhm. That is such a great concept we need to do in more vampire stuff.
This is also just a super impressive fight between the twins.
Yeah.
Well, also when this movie came out, we had like a whole string of twin movies where you had one actor
We
play,
did.
and now I've
That was a
forgotten.
trend.
The
It was
monkey
like
is one of those, I
the
think.
The monkey. There was a De Niro movie where he didn't play
Yes.
twins, but he played two different gangsters, which was
Yes.
weird. I think there was another one.
We've also
Damn it.
forgotten to mention the most important part of this movie. This movie is using all of the props from Disney's Blade movie that is maybe happening at some
Oh
point.
yeah.
What was it?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, a story came out I think just a couple months ago where all of the props and like sets and everything were just bought from Disney for their from their defunct Blade movie.
Because at that point in time, the Blade was going to be a period piece. But who knows what that movie looks like if it ever is made. It probably won't be that anymore now that
It
this
won't be.
exists.
And now whatever that is, I'm gonna be pissed because a period piece Blade movie would be peak. No, is it an
Sounds awful.
earthquake?
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
I love this. I love how this looks.
Yeah.
The resonator plate in his head looks
Yes,
so
and-
cool.
And when he peels it out, they had magnets embedded in the makeup, so like that's how they did that shot practically. He's pulling it off of magnets.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I
well,
do
like-
have a question. All of the other vampires winced at the same time.
Yes.
If they feel everything that he feels, how is Marion, whatever his name is, going to get away at the end? Because shouldn't they have died from the pain from when he dies? If they're linked like that.
Well, I think they feel the pain, but maybe it's that the actual physical effects don't.
They weren't. I think
happen.
they weren't in the sun, and the rest of them are in the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all die from the sun.
Yeah, but I mean, if you feel someone dying, what would that do to you?
I don't know.
But it's not the guitar that kills Remick, it's the sun.
Yeah.
I get that, but if they're in a hive where they all feel each
no.
other's pain,
I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're freaking out.
They're freaking out.
They're dead.
And the way Ramek die is like way more violent than the rest of them is cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think the effects here are great, but they're good enough. I've
They're
seen worse.
serviceable.
Yeah, like that Salem's Lot remake had some really
I
rough
wondered how long it would take for that to come
effects.
up.
And I love
Oh,
that. I love
Get
that
over it,
Rocky
Robert.
Road, that Rocky Road to Dublin is playing in the background. Like
Yes. Making it part of his theme.
Poor guy.
I love the whirlpool effect, and then like
Yeah.
You see that shit?
Rem-
That was crazy.
the water boiled.
Anyway, I'm Rod Serling.
Anyway,
See, Remick did nothing wrong, guys. He just wanted to get back to his family.
he's a respectable man.
I
Just he just wanted to go down the rocky road to Dublin.
this would ruin the movie thematically, but it would have been cool if the twin here had lived, and the next movie is just a Blade movie with Michael B. Jordan, but legally not Blade.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
But it's like a synonym for blade. It's like knife.
Sword.
Sword.
Vampire Hunter sword.
It'll just be steak.
Or it'll be smoke.
Well, no, because steak fits both. It's a vampire thing and a sharp object like a blade.
And a blade. Nice.
It's a succulent meal.
Succulent
That's
Chinese
Succulent
meal.
Chinese meal. Sorry, you activated something.
Can't I enjoy a meal? A succulent Chinese meal.
See, what you don't understand, John, is we have our own hive mind.
I've noticed.
No,
Is
it's
brain
me and Noah do. Noah and I do kind of have a hive mind going on.
we do. Anthony.
Anthony.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
You love us, John. This might be my favorite piece of score. In the sound on the score, it's called "Bury That Guitar."
Nice.
Yeah, I like the way he's like. I'm not a musician, so I don't know the technical term, but he's like bending those notes.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know the technical term either.
He's playing that guitar really well.
I like that this is an IMAX shot. He's freaking out. But
I like that we see some scenes that we haven't before.
Yeah.
and I just appreciate that this has a tone that I'd want for a vampire movie. There's a sadness to everything.
Mm-hmm. And part of the tragedy is if this would have played out very differently if the KKK weren't plotting to fuck all this shit up. Oh my god, he was lying to them.
This is a real kind of like.
Jesus Christ.
This is a real like ending of Inglourious Bastards type.
I was gonna say this is like
scene.
the most Tarantino it gets with how it uses violence cathartically.
I think that this movie would actually pair pretty well with Django. I think that could be a good double
Watch
feature.
Tarantino will be like, "That is the worst movie I've ever seen."
No, he probably likes this movie.
I think he talked about this movie.
Yeah, you probably liked it.
Doors are locked. Impossible. We haven't invented that yet.
Haven't been locks.
What we do?
Smoke the door locks.
The door locks. Robert, they could really use a high hide right about now.
A high hive mind.
That style of gun is just cool.
I love
The
Oh, yeah.
Tommy
Tommy
gun.
They're the best.
Yeah, when I saw in the trailer Michael B. Jordan shooting a Tommy gun in slow motion, I was like, "Oh, this movie looks cool."
Yeah, this is like my most anticipated movie of the year.
When we get
Oh,
to
yeah.
it next month, the Tommy gun is a main weapon in that King Kong game. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Which King
And-
Kong game is it?
The Peter
the
Jackson
Peter Jackson.
tie-in one.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever played that, but it's big.
I haven't.
So half the game is an FPS as Jack, and then the other half is a like third-person beat 'em up brawler as Kong.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
My only nitpick with the scene is movie logic has convinced us to not see that as a fatal wound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he was just shot at the side, he'll be fine.
See, I kind of have that too, Robert, but I'm also okay with it because I kind of like that like it's a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
and the
that-
idea. Oh, go on, Hayden.
I like that the dad is not at all concerned about the slash mark across his son's face.
I know.
It's just the fact that he's holding a guitar.
Yeah,
Put that
Right.
guitar down.
it's that damn devil music.
I don't care that you look like you've been attacked by Freddy Krueger. That's fine.
That's it's because you were sinning with that blues music.
Yeah, and I just, of course, love just the title of this movie and how it explores all of these characters being sinners, but approaching it from a more nuanced perspective, as we see at the end, where you can see the sins and temptations these characters have, but also the genuine joy and companionship and like the positive. Like they're again, it's just not a black and white morality.
I will say one
Yeah,
thing that really
approaches
impressed
those
with me.
topics.
I was not really looking forward to this. I think both Black Panther movies are fine. The only thing I'd seen Michael B. Jordan in that I liked was the Creed movies, and even those I think are just fine. So I expected this to be just another fine movie. But this proved to me that Michael B. Jordan could be a leading man. You just gotta give him a role that lets him be charismatic and act.
I still like him. in
Does that
Creed
in Creed?
movies.
I like him in Creed a lot.
But this might be his best work. Like he's really great here. And Noah, to your point though, what I was getting at is I think the idea too is like if he was really trying to get out of here and live, like he probably could survive this, but he's just letting himself.
I love
die,
that he just mag
Yeah.
dumps
Yeah.
into that last
Yes.
guy.
But
That's so
first he
good.
has to make sure this guy's dead.
Before I can hold my baby.
But- yeah.
Kill this
I
guy.
love her line of "I don't want to get any of that smoke on him."
The killing's fine.
Yeah.
That guy deserves it.
Well, yeah.
Tyler says that Michael B. Jordan's best work is Fant Four Stick.
You've never
Correct.
seen a movie.
I've
To this day,
never
I
seen
still have
Fan-
not.
I
me
haven't
neither.
seen Fan Four Stick, and I don't want to.
Same.
I was gonna watch it before First Steps came out, just out of curiosity.
too.
But then I was like, you know what? Life's too short. I don't have to.
Well, I don't know about that, but well.
He doesn't
And-
know about life being too short. It's too long.
Oh.
Chicago.
Okay.
Okay,
So here we are.
hold on, real quick. I just find it funny. I would have been 1 month and 8 days old when during this scene.
And I love that Buddy Guy plays old Sammy.
Somebody
so
who
good.
I'd never heard of before.
Real blues
But
legend.
He's great.
Yeah. It's
Perfect.
incredible. I was watching this movie. I'm like, is that Buddy Guy?
Hell yeah.
And I think he's really
Yeah.
good for what he needs
Yeah.
to do.
I don't know if this is his first acting role, but he doesn't do a
Yeah.
lot of it.
He's also like 89 years old.
Yeah.
And
So,
are you saying old people can't act, Robert?
Yeah.
No,
oh,
I'm saying he's great.
so when I first saw this, it was such a jarring experience seeing like title card like 1992 cuts back for a second, directed by Ryan Coogler. I was like, what?
Yeah, I
Is there a
don't.
scene starting here or what? What's
Well, I was like starting to get up and everything, and I'm like, oh, the movie's still going.
I think
You're
it works
thinking-
as an epilogue.
I wish it was just in the movie. I don't
I wish
need
it-
intercut with credits.
I don't
But
see. I hesitate to describe it as an epilogue. To me, this is
It's the ending of the
final,
movie.
This is the
Yeah.
final scene of the movie.
See, I'd argue the end of the movie is
Smoke.
him dying and then the vampire's fate is left ambiguous. This is the epilogue of this is what really happened because it's in a different time period.
I would have preferred it as just the ending. And it was like, wait, where's Stack? Where's Mary? We didn't see what happened to them. That's weird. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
like-
said it's left ambiguous.
But it's not left ambiguous
It's-
if they're gonna answer it in
Yeah.
an epilogue.
I
I
like
know what
how
you mean.
90s these outfits are.
Yes, it's amazing. And on first viewing
Look,
theatrically,
Stacks is worse, but
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's glorious. But in the theater, like during the scene, like people are like getting up and leaving, and I'm like, no.
Okay,
Sit
but at this
down, you
point,
both-
that's their own damn fault.
yeah.
It's not like we
Oh,
haven't been
sorry.
doing
We're
this
just-
for 2 decades.
Okay, but you could just not start playing the credits during the end of the movie.
Sure, but I mean, at this point, you either learn or you
Yeah.
miss out. That's the two options.
But this isn't a Marvel movie. You don't necessarily expect after credit scenes going into it.
Yes, because no other movie does
vampire
post credits movies.
But the
I don't-
vast
I don't stay for most movies through the credits.
Yeah,
And that's fine,
I
but
didn't even-
then you potentially miss out on part of the movie. And at
didn't
this
know
point,
that.
you should know better.
Even Marvel movies, I don't do it anymore. It's a waste of time.
I didn't do that for
That's fair.
Superman. Even though I was excited for that movie.
Well, but admittedly, with Superman, you're not really missing anything.
No, I know.
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm also usually in the camp of like if it's really important information, I want it in the movie. I generally prefer after credit scenes to be whether it's just a joke or a little extra thing or setting up a sequel. That I don't love mid credit scenes like this that are part of the
I
story.
mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying at this point, people should have caught on to the fact that
Yeah.
we do this now.
Yeah,
But
it's just
the problem too is, John, like I was trying to explain earlier, it's jarring with how it's edited, because it's almost like it wants to have its cake and eat it too, where it's like the movie's over, so we're cutting the credits, but we're also intercutting between the rest of the movie continuing.
I don't know. It's a nitpick. I just
Right.
let the ending play out and then do the credits. That's what I
that's
prefer.
where I'm at.
But I do love the scene, and I really like the end of Sammy's story, where again it's not black and white. Like he doesn't go with the vampires, but he doesn't stay with his father either. Like he still has to. He goes on his own path, and here we see he's pretty.
I
content.
love this intercutting
life he
between
lived.
current day and
Yeah.
flashbacks.
Yeah. And it also doesn't sweep away the trauma he's endured, where he's like, oh yeah, at least once a week I wake up horrified. Like, that PTSD didn't go away. Like, that still
Mhm.
haunted him the rest of his life. Like, and, you know, the literal scars on his face. Like, there are those lasting scars from that experience. It's just the give and take of, yeah, this is a horrible thing that happened to me, but also it was like the best night of my life, and having to live with both of those truths.
And I love
Yeah,
the
and I like how
conversation of because Stack wants to turn to him. He's like, "No, I've had my fill. I'm ready to move on."
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm I also didn't know that there was a post-credit scene in this movie.
I didn't either. I left before that, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found that out when I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, because usually what I do when I do stay for the end credits is when the movie finishes, I'll check Wikipedia to see if there's like a post credit or a mid credit thing listed. And when I saw this movie, it just mentioned the mid credit scene, not the post credit one. So I left before the credits finished. So when I watched this on Blu-ray was when I actually saw the last scene at the very end.
Which is a nice little
It
kind of
is.
moment. That should have been the mid-credit scene, and this should have been the ending.
I agree.
I
Yeah,
think.
because the actual post-credit scene to me is just a nice little extra moment, but like it doesn't change the movie, doesn't give you new information. Really, it's just a bonus thing for the audience, but it doesn't fundamentally change the movie.
I love that whole interact exchange that they
Mhm.
have. I have
Yeah.
nightmares from that night, but before the sun went down, that was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Stack's like, yeah, it was for me too.
And Stack was true to his word. Like he let him live his life before saying, "Hey, you want to be a vampire? Like, we
Yeah,
can do this for you."
I don't know if I'd want to be a vampire at like 90 for eternity, but
No.
No. And again, the implication that it took 60 years, but now Stack and Mary like actually get to be in a real relationship.
I hate on
Uh,
streaming services where it tries to autoplay something else and then
I
I
know.
can't see the end credit scene. It just won't let me get to
They
it.
wanted
God
to get me watch
damn
Final Destination 6 again.
Yeah,
I should be watching it on physical media.
Great.
Frauds.
I should. I just don't
I'll buy it
want to buy
sometime.
it. It's like $29 right now.
That's not true.
Hold on. I have it saved, so I'll tell you how much it is.
You're wrong, Hayden.
27, my fault.
Yeah, get it right.
My bad. But The Witch is 13, so I might buy that.
Hayden, did you see that link that I sent you?
Which one?
They Live was like $6 on 4K.
Oh, is it still that
oh
way?
my god.
I don't know. Check the link I
Oh
sent you.
no. Oh, no, it wasn't, because when I looked at the link, it was like 23. I'm like, why'd you send me this?
Oh, yeah, because I saw it like at 5 in the morning when Austin and I were watching Critters, and it was like They Live is $6 on 4K. I was like, I'll send this to Hayden
my
for
God.
the morning.
Are you
My
are you
God.
sure you didn't hallucinate that?
Not entirely.
Hey, they live is $6. He like Shaq since 23.
Yeah, it was like 25. I'm like, why'd you send me this?
No, it says 6.
No.
Well,
But,
that's
on
unfortunate.
this commentary, we have to let the credits roll because the movie not over yet.
Movie.
Yeah, I skipped
I
the end credit scene. But
Oh, I closed it out of HBO Max.
God
You
damn it.
Noah.
fucking frauds.
I watched the movie. I just finished the end credit scene.
John, have you
That's a
seen
nice
the
little moment.
final post-credit scene?
I saw it when I watched it earlier today, but I'm suddenly
Okay,
struggling
just
to
checking.
remember what it is.
It's just a flashback of Sammy in his father's church, and he's singing or playing
This Little Light of Mine.
This Little Light of Mine. Yeah, and
But
then it
yeah,
kind of segues into a more blues version of it. It's just a great little bonus scene.
that was a good move.
Good.
Good movie.
Very, very good movie. I have to
So,
think. Like, I don't know if this makes my top 5 favorite vampire movies ever, but like top 10 probably. I think it's great.
It might make mine just because I don't know. I'm weird. I like vampires in theory. I don't love a whole lot of vampire movies. I can maybe name 3 that I would willingly watch on repeat or like more than once every 5 years.
This movie's really grown on me, and I can see myself rewatching it. Like,
And it's funny.
once in a while.
And it's funny because what sticks out like a sore thumb. So it'd be this, The Eggers Nosferatu, and then From Dusk Till Dawn. One of these things is not like the others. But I'm adding to the lore. If I'm the one going around with the Jason X 4K, Hayden is the one going around with the Sinners 4K, going movie.
Movie.
Yeah. Well,
that would be a horrifying day if both of you show up at my door with
Movie. Hayden can
No,
borrow my 4K copy of Sinners to do it.
I don't know if it's I know there's different. There's movies I'd do that with.
No, Hayden's will be Turbo, a Power Ranger movie.
My real one is Godzilla -1 because I make people watch that movie a lot.
No, Hayden, it'll be
yeah.
Turbo.
Great movie.
We'll show up at Noah's door. I'll have Jason X, and you'll have Turbo, and we'll go movie.
I don't even
John,
like. I don't even like Turbo.
Turbo is something. That's another movie you'd do that with.
Yeah, that's you, not me.
No.
No human being has watched Turbo more than John has.
That's not true. Hayden's seen that more than I have.
I watched it a lot as a kid, though. I don't know if that counts.
If that doesn't count, then we're on equal footing because every time I've seen Turbo, you've been there.
But you know what's unfortunate is that still is the Power Rangers movie with the best Megazord fight.
Yeah. Because the other two are really bad CGI. I think that's the only one that uses actual pictures.
Correct. Anyway,
The bad
highly
CGI in the first
off-topic.
one's really charming, though.
I mean, 95 is just a better movie. No, if there's a Power Rangers movie that's me doing the movie, it's Power Rangers 95. Movie.
Movie. I love that this is an in-joke, or that this is a runner now. Because that was just me rambling about the Jason X thing, and then...
Yeah, Tyler's right. Hayden would bring the basket case.
But yeah, basket case and -1.
Yeah, this is a good post-credit sequence.
Yeah. It feels like a deleted scene that he was like, I want to put this in here somewhere still. That's cool.
But Hayden, what would make it better is if you show up with basket case, but instead of movie, you just make Belial noises like you did last time.
Well, I was just being stupid.
We need a clip out of context. John talking about the Belial noises Hayden was making last night.
Oh. No, wait.
No.
No, it's like, I don't want that in my head.
You know, I know the context for that, but still.
Yeah, I'll tell you later, Robert.
Yeah, I think we all have a movie that we just have a 4K or Blu-ray copy of and bother people to watch with us.
What's yours, Noah?
I don't know, probably The Big Lebowski.
Which I still haven't seen.
Movie.
Movie.
We
should. That should be a running series we do.
Real quick, if you're watching this after the fact, we appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this commentary. We'll see you guys on the next one.